Hello, this is a surface in which I have put some Liquitex colored gesso, some burnt umber, and what I'm going to try to do is create a really rich surface by putting on some opaque paints and some transparent paints over top, and then just mixing one over top of the other if I want, and just seeing what happens. The whole point is to make this really, really rich. So I'm going to start off with a dry brush, and I'm going to go into some Anthraquinone blue, which is a very, very deep blue. And I'm just going to put it in a little bit of a spot and leave it there. Actually, I'm going to use this. There we go. Now this is really going to get dark. Okay, and my brush is quite dry. So already, with the richness of the burnt umber over top of this, I'm going to put a little bit more over here. Now this color covers really, really, really well. So I'm going to continue on, and I'm going to use a little bit of cobalt blue in the fluid form. Okay, this is going to give you a lighter blue, and you can go over top of the other one if you want. Mix it in really nice. I use the rough brushes simply because I like lots of textures when I do my petroglyphs. So let's put a little bit in here. Okay. Now this is going to dry fairly quickly, because I'm just overlapping one over top of the other, and I don't really care if they mix. Normally you might want to do the opaque first and then let it dry, and then you would do the transparent and let that dry. But I'm going to go for experimental here, and just, this is Manganese Blue U, another beautiful light color up here. So you can see here we're getting into like the dark, rich blues. So now I'm putting the manganese. And I'm not really caring if they are more opaque or more transparent. I just want to see what's going to happen here with my surface. Okay. So now I'm going to put a little bit of Cerulean blue chromium, which is, there we go, take it right out of there. Again, yet another beautiful surface color happening here. All right, so some good stuff starting to happen. Getting fairly on the bluish side. Now I'm going to play some more, and I'm going to put some Cobalt Teal, some Sapphire from Gesso, some Aqua, which is a little bit greener, Celadon, I guess it's called. We'll put some of that on there. So Celadon it is. Let's see what happens. Okay, that definitely lightens it. That's okay, because I can go back over top of it at any one time. You just want to create textural differences to enhance the look and the feel of that surface. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Like it. So now I'm going to put a little bit of Cobalt Teal. So Cobalt Teal, and we're going to lighten it now. Oh yeah. Now, having done this, I'm going to go back over top because I should have kept it a little bit light in terms of the application of the color. But again, never a mistake. You can go back over top of this. And I'm going to go back to my, I believe it is Sapphire. Go back over top, create yet another surface texture, lightening it up, just creating lots of depth. Now I can go back over top of this at any one point and keep going and enhancing the surface as well. So I might just do that at this point, and let's go with a little bit of, oh no, let's do the color known as, I guess it's Sapphire. I'm going to go back into the blues, mix them up a bit. Again, just enhancing that surface, just enhancing it, giving it something to grab onto, get some depth happening. There we go. I'm going to go back into the Anthraquinone, and again, just enriching that surface. And I do believe I'm going to have to stop because right now my paint is peeling off a little bit, and we don't want that to happen. We got to give it some coalescence time. Then I'm going to go back in and I'm going to make a little bit darker, even richer texture. Another cool way to continue working on this surface is to actually use like an old rag. This is my old overcoat. So for when you go take a shower coat, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to start using some of that to put some deep color in here. Now if I find it's not moving around enough, I can always wet this a little bit and then see how I can make that paint move and give me a little bit more of a surface texture. It can't be too wet though. So I'm going to go into the Manganese, which is a little bit more of a transparent color that you can put over top. And now we're starting to see some nice veils of color happening. Okay, so that's deepening the colors still. And I'm going to go into, I believe this is Cerulean Blue Chromium. And I'm going to put a little on there. Now I'm going to go lighter again, just for the heck of it. Why not? So here, I've got my Cobalt Teal back in tow, working it, and I'll do a little bit more. Let's see. Okay, let's put a little bit here. Let's look at my surface a little bit. Okay. All right. Oops. Okay, this is starting to look pretty good, not nasty. And I'm going to go in again with some dark blue, or lighter blue, I should say. This is Manganese blue. So we've got some Manganese. But I might want to darken this a little bit. So I'm going to do a little bit of play, where I'm going to use a little bit of Cerulean Blue Chromium with Cobalt. I believe it's a Cobalt. Yeah, Cobalt blue, and I'm going to rub it together. Let's see what happens here. Okay, breaking up that surface still a little bit more. This is starting to look really good. Going into the Anthra again. Let's see. Let's mix them together and see what happens. Keep moving your board around so that you get some surface texture mixing. Okay, keep moving. Now let's go into here. Let's put some dark in here a little bit. Okay. All right, so this is what it's looking like at this point. Let me take a look still. You know what? I'm going to do something unexpected, and I'm going to use some of this gesso again, some of this burnt gesso, and I'm going to put it over top so that we, just very little, so that we have what's called a united painting. So this gesso, hopefully, will serve to unite the surface. Now I suspect I'm going to need to spray this, but we'll see. Oh, look at this. Nice. I will spray it a little bit just to move it along. See what happens here. Okay, so now it's enriching the surface a little bit. Maybe need a little bit more. Here we go. Okay, don't be afraid to get in there and just keep going and rub that burnt umber in there until you really like the surface, which I'm really liking right now, so I'm going to stop. And this is the surface quality that you get. All right, so basically what I did is I started off with a burnt umber gesso surface, which was very dark, and I just applied opaques and transparents willy-nilly, and I just went for broke. And see, this is the results that you can get. And I could continue on with this, put transparents back over top, or I could put opaques back on top. But I'm going to stop here because I really like what I've done with this surface.